Hey,
Yeah.
everybody. Welcome to the ritual. I'm Sifu Z.
I'm Sifu Chad.
And we come from the lineage of Grandmaster Chris Chan, who trained with Grandmaster Ip Man. And so it's Grandmaster Ip Man, Grandmaster Chris Chan, from us to you. How do you do? Hey, we usually like to get together. If you're not familiar with this is a bag of rocks that we have pounded into sand. I'm kind of fibbing about that. Actually, this is just a bag of sand. It's double bagged, so the sand doesn't sift through. It does kind of get powdered after a while. I will admit to that. The sand kind of turns to powder. Now, we do sandbag. This is almost this.
It really is. Right.
Like stuff, but not really necessary. In fact, I tend to advise against that, you know, but rather just kind of get this whole easy idea of just kind of making contact and releasing the energy that you're bringing to the bag, and then kind of just releasing it, right? Just punching it, releasing it. After doing this for at least a few months on a regular basis, you'll start to develop what in Wing Chun we call that 1 inch power. In my Wing Chun, I call it the no inch power. But this is how you develop it. Now, it's not by this alone. There's also some other things, Kim Yi Ma and positioning, and also you've got weight considerations, right? So, in other words, if you're a little guy or a guy or woman and you're trying to hit with this a huge mass, you've got some adjusting to do in order to affect that strike. Because we're using physics. We're not using which also uses physics, but we're using smart physics in order to affect our connection, let's say. Yeah. Vivoce. Aloha. Now, you can hit the sandbag in any fashion. Fingers. You can even use your wrist. Different parts of your. Now, let's talk about the common sense that this sort of makes, and why it's interesting that I don't see. Well, I've never seen anybody do this sort of training other than Grandmaster Chris Chan. You know, and let's talk about how smart this is.
That's true, huh? I've never
Yeah,
really seen that either, huh?
and the thing is, you're creating density and in your hand. You're just the density of your tendons and your bones and whatnot. You're not letting them go frail and fragile. Again, you could hit it hard and sort of deaden the hand, but that's not what we're trying to do. We actually need to have good sensitivity in our hands. But there's an old Sifu Z law. Yeah, do you remember? Does it occur to you what that Sifu Z law is in reference to the sandbag?
You might have me on this one, man.
Fragility, fragility. Right? Fragility. That's right. I'm going to go ahead and let you say it. No,
Trying to think.
go ahead and say what it is.
I was cycling between appreciating all things and unworthy of trust, unworthy of truth. Um,
Some favorites.
but fragility is not sensitivity. Makes a lot of sense, you know.
There you go. Fragility is not sensitivity.
Yeah.
So your hands being fragile is not the same thing as your hands being sensitive. So we're trying to find that little that sweet spot really between fragility and sensitivity. We don't want our hands to be completely dead, but we do want them but we want them to have sensitivity. We want to be able to feel our opponent. Being able to feel your opponent real acutely is very important because otherwise you're kind of stuck with brute force, like right? But just being able
Right.
to, just being able to kind of feel your opponent, and once they're lined up, boom, there goes that no inch punch. But
Right.
usually you have to really feel that out. You're kind of just very lightly feeling them, and
Hmm.
you want to feel where their center is. You want to feel uh, where their grounding is, or lack of grounding, right? You want to feel what is their angle like. Are they trying to go around you? Are they trying to go right into you? Right? That's the kind of things that you're able to feel with a good hand sensitivity. Uh,
Right. Yeah. Sensitivity is huge.
yeah. So yeah, this is actually what would be considered the real. Sorry, I got to check on my vehicle every once in a while. Yeah, this would definitely be considered the real iron fist, right? And the way that you go about this, now there's levels, right? There's levels. Wing Chun has its own level of Iron Fist, and they're they can be compatible with other levels of Iron Fist. There are when I trained in Chris Chan, we had literally big steel ball bearings. We would fill these with huge, big steel ball bearings, and we would punch the ball bearings, right? Uh, so there are different there are different levels and different ways to approach the sand training, but in my opinion, the Wing Chun method uh, um, that befits a small woman. I just don't see a small woman who invented Wing Chun. By the way, I don't see her punching steel ball bearings. I don't see it. I'm not saying it can't happen. I think the steel ball bearings is more of the macho version of it. But also, here's the thing, right? With steel ball bearings, you've really got to adjust your strike in order for your hand not to get damaged. So the steel
Yeah,
ball
that does kind of
bearings,
affect the
yeah.
training. Yeah.
And also, when you're doing the steel ball bearing, you're not necessarily punching it like that. Again, there's various levels, but what you're doing is you're making contact and you're pushing into those, right? Eh, So, just a little, little secret kind of stuff. All right, aloha, guys. Anybody joining us? This is martial art training, and the rules are no politics, no religion, and this is in respect to martial art training, all martial arts. and exercise. So that's what this stream is all about. It's just in respect. I got to say that, especially for the chat section here. It's in respect to martial art training and martial art exercise. And we happen to be Wing Chun practitioners that are also very appreciative of all the various martial arts. It's a very rich world with the various different martial arts, like the various languages and the various cultures, you know. So I've been wanting to do this, and this is the perfect place to do it. And I can just adjust here. Now, Chad, if you don't have a bench, it's fine. You could just sit on the ground. Yeah, excellent. So, what's really nice about you don't have to have a bench. You could just do it on the ground and do it like this as well. But if you have a bench, then that's a nice little luxury that you have available to you. So, all right, we're gonna really work the midsection here. So we're first gonna hit it and warm it up with just some regular straight. So let's do it. 1, 2, 3. Straighten it all the way out. Flex the abs. 4, 5. Use the abs. 6 to extend. 7, not your legs. 8, 9, 10. Yeah. All right. Now there's all kinds of variations on this. That's what we're going to play with today. See if I can get the better shot for you. There we go. Sifu Chad, will you go ahead and do a variation on this? Give us a set of 10, please. Oh, and by the way,
Oh, I
if
kind of
you're
skipped out on that. Did you say do a
as a,
variation on it or same one?
yes, do a variation on it. And by the way, this is for entertainment purposes only. So train at your own risk. Let's do it.
All right, variation on it. Let's see here. Okay, I could think of one.
There we go.
Yeah, we're gonna extend out. We're gonna extend straight out, kind of just go down a wee bit, come back up again. Just go down as far as you can, really. You
So,
know, you
so
don't have
up
to
and down, yeah?
go macho on it. Yeah, up and down. So
Okay.
straight out, up and down, back in.
Very
And
good.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, I went down. I went down too far. 8, 9, 10. I hinged over once I had my butt out, or my pelvis out too much, I guess you could say.
All right. Now, in order, it seems as if the exercise world is kind of, they're all kind of coming to an understanding that, which is kind of cool because I've been doing exercise before I became a Wing Chun, martial arts Sifu. So, um, I've known this for a long time just because I've been exercising for so long. And that is, and then Wing Chun really tipped the hand here, which is it's really internal. Weightlifting, exercise, all that stuff, it doesn't really get effective until you go internal. And then once you master being able to internalize the exercise, then you find that doing something like this becomes very effective. I see a lot of people doing their forms and they're relaxed and or whatever, or they're really focused on one area, but I can just look at their knees and I know their legs, they're just relaxing their legs, you know. So it's not until you that's why I like doing these exercises, even though we're Wing Chun and we don't necessarily need to do them. I call it activation exercises. We do the exercise and activate the certain parts of our body that might be weak. So it's my approach to exercise is more activation than it is building, because the building comes from the internal. And guess what? You can do the internal every day when you're walking around. I had a girlfriend that had corrected me in one of my classes. She said, I said, the only time I relax and I'm not in full structure is when I'm asleep. And she said, no, that's not true. You see, there's muscle memory there. So once you activate the muscle memory and really burn it in, you are constantly exercising because you're not just using your hand. You're using your core and you're using your hand. And it's just an automatic thing. It's not something you have to think about, you know. Now, can those things go? Yeah. Sometimes we overuse stuff. Maybe we hike too much, or we skate too much, or we drive too much, or whatever, and that causes these little imbalances that might sneak in, and we don't realize it, right? So I like these. It's something Chris Chan never did, which is regular Western exercise. And I think regular Western exercise can come in real handy if you think of it more like I'm not developing by doing a bunch of push ups, but rather I'm activating that area so I can then go, oh, okay, there's the weakness. Let me really internally focus on that area. You see? Am I making sense?
Oh yeah, because even certain ailments that you might have could prevent you from doing certain exercises. In which way you find another way to do that exercise to kind of supplement the ailment. Oh,
Yeah.
did I make sense?
Okay. I think you might have added another dimension to that, but so, but yeah, the whole idea is to just find those parts. Is it a pull up? Maybe we'll do pull ups and find, okay, where's the weakness? Is it important to do 10? No, it's more important to find out where the weakness is. So then internally you can go, okay, I really got to think about that muscle and activate that part of my body when I'm doing stuff. When you do stuff, it should be a whole body thing, a whole body experience, right? When I'm doing something up here, guess what? My feet are grabbing down here to get the energy to connect
Mhm.
to the ground, so to speak, and the energy, so to speak, right? Really, it's just
Right.
alignment and position, right? That's the physics,
Mhm.
but we're shortcutting
Body
that
mechanics.
yeah, but there's you go. Body
Yeah, body
mechanics is a
mechanics.
great term. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, with that said, we're just doing 2 sets right here. Again, we're activating, and we're not doing 3 to 5 sets. And the exercise world is actually finding out that that's very effective. All right. With that said, let's do some good old push-ups. Now, if you're a young person, you can do your push-ups here, right? You can do them here. But I've enjoyed doing my push-ups this way. And you go, well, there's not enough tension on your shoulders here, right? They say. Again, if if you have a problem internalizing the exercise, okay, put some weights on there. Go ahead and do it on the ground. But once you've been able to internalize, well, then you don't have to go all the way down. You can do this and really focus on your chest and really focus on whatever it is. Maybe your biceps. Maybe you're working your deltoids. You're trying to find the spot, and then this makes it really easy to do because you're not trying to have a hard time doing a push up. Oh, no, I can already
Yes,
feel.
especially if your rotator cuffs, yeah, if your rotator cuffs
Yeah,
have issues, just
I
go
could
easy on yourself at this
I can
point. You know,
immediate
there's no sense in tearing it apart more. You know,
I can
I
immediately feel that. All right, so let's do some. Yeah, all right. So let's do some push-ups. Ready? And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Again, we're going to do yes, Daniel. At all. Keep it simple. Very good. Hey, we got some good people in the chat today.
indeed.
Ah. All right, let's do another set.
Yeah.
Same thing. Now,
All right,
the variation here will be the width, how far you want to put your hands. Maybe go for a.
all right. We'll do. I kind of just did diamonds.
Whatever you
I'll do a
did.
little bit wider. I'll
Yeah,
do wider.
yeah. We'll assume whatever you did, do the opposite now.
Yes. We could do the walking push. No, no, we're just gonna do regular. Cool. 6, 7, 8, 9, and last one. I always like to go slow on the last one. 10. All right.
And squeeze it. Very good.
Yeah.
How's everybody doing out there? All right. All right. We're even going to throw in yet another one. Now, in Wing Chun, we do this. This is a movement in Wing Chun. Is this
All right.
every morning? It's my first time tapping in with you guys. Danielle, it is Monday, Wednesday, Friday, unless we're having some technical issues, which is always possible. Both of us are nomads, so we're always traveling. So there are some Monday, Wednesdays, or Fridays that may not be regularly scheduled due to technical issues. But the best way to keep up on that is just subscribe and get the notifications. And then I always post on my community section what's going on. So thanks for the question. Let's do some of this, except it's
Oh,
just
so
in
we're
the
gonna do some
form
dippies.
of this. Yeah. So we're just doing some tricep dips. All right, let's do it. Oh yeah, yeah. Okay, let's do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Yeah, let's go. I'm just checking my vehicle, guys, in between sets here. Keep it going. Good. Vehicle is safe. Yeah. Yeah, I'll also get a little sprint in. All right. Sifu Chad, give us. I don't think there's really much variation on these. You could kind of bring your feet into different.
Middle focusing on the OG. Four, five, six, seven, eight, nine. Last one. And 10.
Nice. All right. All right. LaDania, thank you for the sub. And if you're watching, if you haven't subbed already, please do so. It will help me to get this content out to more people. Until we get to 1,000 subs, this is only limited to a certain amount of people. They don't really push stuff out until you get to 100 or 1,000 subs. Or is it
Yeah, it's weird.
500? They might have changed it to 500.
Well, there's a 500 subscriber, um, get known
Tier.
kind of deal.
Yeah.
Tier. Thank you. Yeah, that's the word. And then there's the 1,000 and 1,000
Okay.
plus, I should say. Yeah, yeah.
Right. So yeah, if you
But
want to
we're
help
shooting
us
for
out,
1,000.
yeah, if you want to help us out, subscribe and all that fancy stuff. And if you want to join us, there's no charge. You could join us, of course. Train at your own risk. So that always let that be known. And also, if you really want to get serious about your training, um, let's say you want to train every day, something like that, then just go on over to patreon.com/SifuZ and choose a tier. Speaking of tiers, and yeah, you could join us then. Right now, we're doing what's called a 50/50 session. Half of our session is live and open to you folks, and then the other half is for our Patreon members only. So if you want to join that second half, just go on over to Patreon, choose a tier. All tier levels get the second half of the ritual. So it doesn't matter what tier level you join, you always get the ritual with that tier level. I should even add that. Word of mouth, let's get it. I'll be Monday morning after work. There's a link in description. Wing Chun at Sifu Z, Sifuz. Wing Chun at Sifu Z. And yeah, it's all there. All right. Rick Sanchez. Made it too hard for me to find you credible. Interesting. Okay. The way we're sitting, I love it.
This is actually a very good way to strengthen your ligaments in your shins. So you see
I
a lot of Muay Thai guys actually doing this. So that way, when they're kicking, it hurts. But yeah, if the way we're sitting makes you feel uncomfortable, then
yeah, that's all right. The way you're communicating makes me feel uncomfortable. So not you, not you, Sifu Chad. Yeah, the people that are coming in and just made a clap. Get down. I don't know what that means. Why are they both crashing like that? Laughing out loud.
I don't know.
Yeah, let me just do a little housekeeping here before we keep rolling.
It seems like traditional way, the traditional way.
Yeah, I don't even know
The
what
way
what
that gives
would be.
everybody back problems.
Yeah, I know. If I weren't so sensitive to people being rude while I'm training, I would actually ask, okay, how do you like to, but I wouldn't be able to see, right? We wouldn't be able to see. It's like, how do you like to sit? How do
how do
you
you
like to
sit?
squat? Yeah. Anyway, that's what you get. That's what you get
Maybe
for,
they're professional sitters and they sit all the time,
yeah.
so they know how to sit,
Could
you know.
be,
So
could be. We
they're
might have missed, once again, I might have missed an opportunity to learn something. Gosh darn it.
we could have learned how to sit.
All right. Hey, I know. Well, hey, listen, maybe we can seek them out and they have a special class, a sitting class. Yes. And maybe they even have like a sitting Olympics. Like, all right, we got Bob and George here. They're going to sit and let's see who sits the best. Yeah.
Huh,
So, yeah.
this
All
is how
right.
I sit. Yeah.
All right. Speaking of sitting, we're coming towards the end of our
That's right.
50-50 here. Let's do, oh geez, let's just do nice 3 minutes, right? We'll do a nice squat. Now, a nice little measurement of a squat is you get your wrist. Of course, you have good posture. You get your wrists and you measure them to your knees right here. Measure them to your knees. See, this way you're not going too far down, and you're not going down enough. So your wrist to your knees, right? Then bring your hands here, and this will help to keep the posture. Have a nice forward look, chin slightly tucked. All right, let's do it. You ready?
Uh,
All right. And we'll just go for, I don't know, 3 minutes. Again, it's not about the amount of time. It's about how much time do you need to activate everything and to get everything nice and strong. Right? Okay, let's do it. So we'll go 8:33. We'll go. Now, some like to do punches or different arm exercises, but I want to focus just on the posture, right? Chin tightly tucked, eyes looking forward. All right, we're at 8:32. In the mouth, out the mouth, out the mouth, in through the nose, out through the mouth. Again, pull from the core. Everything's core. It's all here. It's not here. It's here. All right, knees in and left to the right and relax. Again, it's not about the time. It's about the time that you need in order to activate the muscle group that you're trying to affect. So very, very basic concept, but not necessarily the easiest to achieve unless you really commit to it, because it's all about muscle memory and stuff, right? So, uh,
yeah. Hey,
and here,
they had a point, man, because you're not supposed to fart during that stance.
uh, yeah,
You
yeah,
know what I mean?
I wasn't going to
You're supposed to stay
justify
tucked.
even their
I,
existence,
you know,
but
it was
but
kind of
hey,
funny.
that's what Wing Chun is. You learn how to get the best out of everything. You turn everything into a positive. Hung Dong Jin. Aloha, Silver Creek's wildfire reminds me of the breathing in Sanchin. Ah, there are some people that know what's up. Awesome.
Very
Welcome.
nice.
Yes. Let's do, just for the folks that are just joining in, because they just got here, and we're sort of coming to the end of our 50-50 session here, and then going into our private session. But let's just do, it's 8:34. Once again, wrists here, posture up, and just breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth. All right, 8:35, and we'll do one good solid minute. All right. Now, we've done this in class for a half hour. I've done it in personal training and with some of my students early on for hours. I mean, this is a kind of training that it has, again, like the sand training, it has different levels. So if your martial art has a variation of this, then you kind of understand what's going on. And you're really crushing here. I always imagine like I'm trying to crush a can. Like a can, I have a can here in my abs. I'm just trying to crush that can. Okay, knees in and left to the right and push out. Very good. All right. Now we certainly have some very sexually charged people.
They're probably hitting puberty about now.
Yeah, yeah. Amazingly sexually charged. Yeah. So, here's a little here's a little verbal kung fu for you guys before we go over uh, to Patreon, and that is this: if anyone is asking about another person's sexuality, that is really weird. All right, I just want you to know that that's really, really weird. Regardless of, like, whatever that person might be. I mean, like, let's just say, for instance, there's a homosexual man, and I'm inquisitive. I go up to the homosexual man and say, "Are you a homosexual?" I mean, what are you doing? All right, guys. I just thought I'd have a little fun with that because people are fun. People are fun. You got to have fun with people. All right,
Yeah, you gotta poke fun when you can.
that's right. So now, if you guys have any questions, well, it's too late. We got to keep moving here. But thank you all for joining us here at the Ritual. We do this tech given, well, that's not how you say it. As long as the tech allows, that's what I'm trying to say. As long as the tech allows us, because we're nomads, we travel around. So sometimes we're at a place and we're struggling to get some sort of signal, right? So, but when all is good, we're here 7:30, somewhere between 7:30 and 8 o'clock. Strange. It doesn't let you pick 7:30. You have to be on the hour, like 8 or 9 or 10 when you're scheduling these things, which is kind of silly.
Huh.
So I
It's kind of
scheduled
silly.
them at 8. However, if you want to catch it, you got to catch it probably more like 7:30, unless we change the times. And at 8 o'clock is late for me. It's almost my bedtime. 8 o'clock, right? So 7:30 a.m. Yes, we're talking a.m. here. 7:30 a.m. Monday, Wednesday, Friday is our original thing. I do want to, let me see. Silver Creek's Wildlife says its original name, which I'll butcher, is Sanqian, named after the mountain the Buddha crossed when he taught the Chinese monks the original boxing and developmental techniques. It's the original. Well, very good. I have had students that have trained in that. In particular, there was an FBI agent that was trained in that and then came to train with me. So, and he went to China with me as well, to the Shaolin Temple when we were there, I believe 2001. So, thank you for that, Silver Creek's Wildlife. Respect, props, and all that.
Indeed.
Yeah. On the
Yeah.
hour is better, in my opinion, B Bob. Well, we're still here on the hour. But yeah, like I said, maybe we'll change it on the hour. Maybe just go 7 a.m.
Yeah. Yeah. We can do
Oh,
that.
hold on. He says he gets off at 7 a.m. So, well,
Oh, so we'd
that's
have to go
actually,
later.
well, that's perfect for him. 7:30 is. Why are we taking a knee? Okay. I don't have time to put you on timeout, so I'm just going to leave that.
Part two.
All right. My God. Yeah. I mean, I'm almost really impressed that people actually take the time. But anyway, let's keep going. We'll
Right.
see you on Monday. Everybody have a great weekend, and if you haven't done so already, subscribe and help us grow this channel. And this has been brought to you by SifuZ.com. That's SIFUZ.com, where you can go to learn a sustainable method of fitness and a practical method of self-defense. You're not going to find that anywhere else but Sifu Z. I defy you to find that anywhere else but Sifu Z. All right, folks, again, have a good weekend. We'll see you on Monday. Aloha.